All right, we'll start with the identification tag on the side. Here you'll find the manufacturer, date it was manufactured, your VIN number, gross weight, tire sizes and pressures. To the left there's a tire chart. To the right you have your cargo capacity. Up front, behind your propane tanks is your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit for a while, I would disconnect it. There is a bit of a power drain coming from certain appliances inside. And winter storage, put it somewhere warm. Two 20-pound propane tanks. Selector in the middle. Whichever way the arrow is pointing is the tank that's going to be supplying propane. Power jack up front. On and off switch for the light and up and down. Your breakaway here. One thing to note, if your battery's hooked up, if this key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes. If it's left like that for an extended period of time, it's going to drain your battery and will do damage to your brakes. So just kind of make sure that stays in. Next to that, there is a little plug-in for a solar panel. If you ever decide you want to put a solar panel, that's where you plug it in, and there's a pigtail inside for that. Cargo light up the front. Front compartment here. A couple cranks over on the other side. Show those to you when we get over there. Stabilizers, jacks on all four corners. One thing to note with these, they're only meant for support. You can't level your camper with them. If you try to crank them too hard, they'll bend. So you have to level your camper by blocking your tires or whatever you need to do, and then just put pressure down on the ground with these. Underneath your slide, you'll see there's two arms. Just kind of make sure everything stays clean underneath there and everything should work smoothly for you. In between your slides, you have your hot water heater. These are propane and 110 electric. All the controls are on the inside. The only thing you really need to know back here is your drain. Plug in your drain. Very important for winterization. Make sure that's out and your hot water is drained. Hot water heater is drained, or it won't be good in spring. You'll have a cracked tank. Outside shower with hot and cold. This is your flush for your black tank. If you are going to be using your flush, make sure that you have your black tank valve open, or else it'll just fill up and you end up with a big mess. Here you have your power cord, 30 amp, and city water connection. If you're at a campground that has water provided right there, you can just run your garden hose directly from their source to there, and you're good to go. Furnace, intake and exhaust. Just remember it gets really hot, so don't store anything in front there. On your wheels, they do have greasable wheel bearings. It's not a bad idea to do it. I'll give them some grease once a year, a couple times a year. If you are putting lots of miles on, I do recommend getting them repacked. This is your black sewer valve there. And then underneath your other slide. Another stabilizer jack, and then you have your gray tank dump there. Your sewer hose is in the bumper. Satellite cable input, so that's the input going into the trailer. Spare tire mounted on the back. Rear ladder. And I do recommend inspecting your roof, especially after if you get a big storm or something. Just kind of inspect, make sure you don't have any cracked vents or cracked anything, I guess. outside kitchen, nice sized fridge, sink, and outside grill, stove. The propane has just got a quick coupler and the valve with the quick coupler down there, and your hose is in there. You have a two entrances here. That one I believe goes into the bedroom. Electric awning, speakers. Vent for your fridge. There's really no reason to go in there. All the controls are on the inside. That's just for cooling. Your water fill here, and then the low point drain right there is your water drain. Vent for your range of your stove. 110 outlet. Your main entrance. Stabilizer jack. And then you have your cranks. So the small crank is for your power jack. You can take the top thing off here. If you have no power, you can manually crank your jack up. And the big crank is for your stabilizer jacks. There. So I think that is it for outside. We'll head on inside.